We're doing it. We're doing it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the craziness, the insanity that is a little bit of Donna and Cheryl live, keeping it real. Keeping it real. So real that you've just missed Gabby giving herself a rich good clean.
Oh.
You know,
we didn't really want that in the background, but you know,
I was like, oh,
don't want to see that today. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I'm not sure there ever is a day that anybody does want to see it, but if you do, it's a very niche kind of place to go and watch it.
Oh, this has taken a turn already, Donna.
I know. We'll like to keep it real. So if you're joining us on this beautiful sunny Tuesday afternoon, drop a little comment to say hello. We'd like to see you. We can't see who it is. Nice to know.
Hello.
Yeah, please come and join us. We are talking to you today, and it's really important because we bang on about imposter syndrome all the time, about how shit it is, how it gets a hold of you, how it stops you doing the things you want to do, how it interferes with your relationships. But we wanted to bring somebody on just to we like to keep it real. We say to you all the time, imposter syndrome doesn't just F off because you've been on one of our programs or because you've, read a book or read a blog, or it's ongoing work. But actually,
Suzanne.
You still have amazing progress even with your imposter syndrome when you know the strategies to apply to keep the bitch in her box. Roll on, Yvette.
Let's keep this bitch down. Yvette, how do you keep the bitch down?
Hey, Laura.
So basically, I just need stronger tape for my box where she's in. No, I'm kidding. But that is the biggest thing, because I'm a bit of a one and done kind of person. I'm like, right, what's the strategy? What's the thing? Let's get it done. Bish, bash, bosh, move on. And it was a real eye-opener for me. And because of the ongoing work and being in your programs, but initially going on the imposter syndrome masterclass you guys did, to know that it's incremental, it's every day, it's and it's not laborious as such. It's like once you've got those tools in place, it's almost a case of when these feelings and the self-talk comes up in your head, you recognize it for what it is, and then it's a case of I call her Janice, like Janice from Friends. Oh my god. So it's weird because as soon as the self-limiting thoughts come up, I've got her voice in my head. I'm like, oh, okay, I know where I am now. I know what's going on here. And I do have yeah. And because of, again, my personality is very much kind of like a Metallica song, like Seek and Destroy. I'm like, oh, okay, I find her, I seek her, I destroy her, she's gone. Whereas actually I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come from a tree hugging hippie side on this and go, Janice, right, I get it. Like, you're trying to protect me. Thank you so much. I've got this. It's okay. You go sit to yourself, in a silent retreat somewhere, because not needing that right now. Yeah. Exit stage left.
Exit stage. Yeah. Although that is right, but exit stage left.
But that's such an important point, isn't it? Because we all have done this whole thing of I just want to tell her to fuck off.
Yeah.
And you want, and fuck you. And we have this rage, anger, all of these low level negative emotions at her, at the voice, because of what it's saying. And actually what we resist persists. So it just gets louder and louder and louder, but you've got a new strategy there, which is working better for you.
I think we've all come out of an era, yeah. We've come out of an era of get shit done, rah rah rah, do, tackle, and actually it's not to say that doesn't have a place, because it does, but with regards to imposter syndrome, when you get curious about that little voice, what is this voice trying to tell me, and why is it that they're freaked out that I'm doing this particular thing? What that then does is that then opens up things that you might need to look at or heal, or you can just go, yeah, do you know what? I've got this. That's fine. I don't know why that's playing in my subconscious. Off you trot. I'm done with that now.
Yeah.
But I think the key thing for me was being able to be okay with that. And it was okay, because similar to what Letty said, whenever I started to feel like, okay, so take the perfect example of me like getting made redundant last year and setting up my business. It was, who am I to set a business up like this? I'm not qualified enough, even though I've got 20 years marketing experience, and 20 years corporate experience generally in operations and stuff like that. You know, who am I to do that? Who do I think, oh my God, how am I going to pay my bills? I don't have a redundancy package, blah, 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 all of that stuff. And it was just brilliant, because at the time, you know, I could go, I get it. I know, I understand why she's here. Janice is here and freaking out because she's worried about the base level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Are you going to pay your bills and have a roof over your head? Are you going to have food on the table? Yeah. And it's a case of, I was like, yeah, okay, I get that. At the same time, there is proof and evidence. I looked, because I listened to that and I thought, okay, what is this trying to tell me? And then talking to you guys as well. And there is proof and evidence that I can do marketing, as you say.
Yeah.
Just a bit, just a little bit.
It wasn't just like a charity gig for the last 20 years. And like when people were giving it was because you like knew what you were doing and shit.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. And it just like, you know, taps you back into your self-belief. And, you know, that's an ongoing thing. And right now, and just to show you like the realness of this as well. So last week on our call that we've got in the mastermind, I've got two things at the moment that are scaring the crap out of me, to be honest. One is, and it sounds nuts, but like getting back to the gym, because I haven't been for so long, because of COVID, but also equally because of me having the confidence just to get in there. Because I've got this story running my head, like, you're going to be the biggest person in the gym. You're not going to be able to lift the weights. You're going to trip over the machines. You're going to, you know, flash your knickers. I don't know what, you know, all of this stuff. And again, that's just Janice going, I want to keep you safe. I want to save you from the embarrassment, the perceived embarrassment, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, I just said, look, I get it. I totally get it. But then equally, this killer question that you guys ask all the time, in 12 months, if you are still in the same position that you are now, how will you feel? And that question, along with knowing that I had the tools to tackle Janice last year, just gave me the strength to start the business. It gave me the strength this week to go back to the gym for the first time in months. Yeah.
Did you fall over? Did you trip over and show everyone your knickers? Did you trip over the machine? Could you lift a weight?
I could lift a weight. I could, in fact, I could lift a lot more than a lot of the people that were in there because of the old, you know, the old training coming back. But yeah,
exactly. Strong woman. Let's remind ourselves.
Yeah, no, I was in training for it. Yeah, so, but yeah, and the other part is now Clarity Jane marketing the business. I've been blessed that everybody has gone, yes, Yvette, we want you, and here's a whole bunch of recommendations. And I've had all of my work through recommendations. My website is just about to go live. I've got a whole bunch of really cool stuff that I want to get out there. And I'm going, eek! Because this is then, hey, Jodine. Yeah, this is real. This is real. So Janice is going, who do you think you are to have a website? And look at the state of your pictures on that website. Jesus, why don't you just go and get a business loan and go and have some, like, I don't know, like Photoshop stuff done? And I'm like, no, actually, that's not what it's about, Janice. You know. So.
and it's interesting, isn't it? Because it is every time we go in for the up level. We got a client last week who, you know, is one of, again, on the outside looks super, super confident, massive high achiever, but she was launching a website and she went through the whole, who am I to have a website and what are people going to think? And people are thinking, who the bloody hell are you to have a, and it's like, so we all, and it's like, it's not the people, it's you thinking that. You thinking who am I to have a website, projecting it onto everybody else.
And I think that's the thing as well, is it doesn't matter, because even thinking back to, you know, corporate days, you know, and I had a fairly senior job as well. I'd be prancing around doing I met the Prime Minister of Barbados at one point in time, and was it Barbados or St. Lucia? I can't remember, one of the Caribbean islands. And, you know, I think it was my third day in the job when I was in corporate into Carnival UK when I worked for them. they had me up with the vice president of brand, presenting what P&O Cruises brand was going to be in the future, just helping him out with that. And then I had to take that and roll that out across the company. So like, you're doing these amazing things, and inside there's this person going, oh my God, what the actual fuck are you doing? and I always remember it because we had a huge launch event, and the building's built like a ship. So the atrium where everybody has their lunch is like the atrium of a ship, and all the offices go around the outside. But whenever there's an event, it happens there. And I mean, I was having to feature every element of the brand. So I had like caterers coming in to do Norwegian food. I had a Spanish paella stand. I had, oh God, what else did I have? Like loads of different, entertainers, like the guys that were over the road practicing the next lot of like dancing and entertainment for the ship came over and did a display. I had a massive, I mean, I got in so much trouble for this, massive like banner from the back stairs, like hanging it from the 4th floor to the bottom floor. And even then, because the president was getting up to do this speech, and I'd memorized the speech, I'd written it, I'd memorized it, because I was convinced that he was going to go, oh, I don't really know what this is about, you can do it, Yvette. I would have to do that speech. And I was like, so
exhausting.
Yeah, it's absolutely exhausting.
Sounds exhausting.
Yeah. And you know what, the thing that gets me as well with this now being in my own business is whenever this comes up, and you guys have said this as well, when you think about the service that you are, as in service, not as in, I'm doing marketing. If I think about my clients and what beautiful stuff they are launching into the world and how they are serving the world, and I get to help them to do that, that helps with that kind of putting a little muzzle on Janice,
Quiets her down a little bit. She goes a bit quiet.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this resonating, guys, with you as well? How, and the thing is, after you did that massive launch with Carnival and that part of that branding, I know within 24 hours, you wouldn't have been going, didn't I do a great job? You would have been like playing it down, belittling what you actually did, minimizing your part in it. Because we just don't sit and really bask in the glory of what the hell it is that we've done. We just kind of foo-foo it. Well, it was easy because of this, or such and such help. And had I not had the team, I wouldn't be able to do it, which is true.
Exact words, yeah.
That you're the one directing it and standing in that power of going, look what I fucking well did.
Yeah, yeah. And for sure. And I think especially with the business now as well, because I actually have to, and thankfully I've got like the ladies in the mastermind to remind me of this, but I have to stop and go, oh my goodness, hiya Dawn. I've launched a business and I have paid my bills every single month since, I know, since, well, officially, what's my official launch actually? I think it's the 11th of August, I think it is.
Yeah. Nearly.
From month one, you launched a business and you paid your bills from the first month.
Yeah.
We were frigging skint for 6 months. Just as a comparison.
With Neil. I mean, it was bad.
Oh,
yeah, you've done that. You've achieved that, and you have just created something so special. And we wanted to have this conversation today to say it doesn't just go away when you achieve something. We know it's going to keep coming back, but it's about how quickly you know to identify it, to recognize it, to laugh the fuck at it, to deal with it, so that you can get on creating what it is that you're here to create in this world, in this experience. And not let it stop you. And it doesn't stop getting scary. It still feels batshit scary. But it's just the more you deal with it, the more you know. I mean, Natalie Ellis, who, is the CEO boss, the co-CEO Boss Babe, posted, I think it was yesterday, I'm going to share it actually. They've got, I don't know, 3.5 million followers now on Instagram. And, they hit millions in status of revenue within months of launching the business. And she was talking yesterday about imposter syndrome. You don't get a pass because you hit some kind of success level. It's going to keep going up. So the sooner you learn how to deal with it, you'll see that It just doesn't stop you anymore setting up your business, getting in the relationship that you want to get in, asking for the promotion at work, asking for the raise, getting a dog, buying a house, because you will understand that you deserve all of those things. That's the only difference.
And I think the thing that it's made me realize is how many people are out there that are actually still in the shackles of this. And what that means is whatever their beautiful gifts are that they could be getting out to the world, they're not, because they've got this inner voice that's stopping them from doing it, which is really a set of steps and tools and tips and techniques away from being able to be handled. And then imagine, I get goosebumps. Imagine like how amazing the world would be if everyone was out there living their purpose, sharing their gifts, just kind of doing what lights them up, because you'd be bringing that flipping energy and that vibration to yourself and your family and your world collectively.
Absolutely.
This is our mission, Yvette. This is our mission. Donna and I are on a man-made mission, a woman-made mission to have that happen.
Goddess power.
This is why we get out of bed every day.
And I think that scary part as well, Donna, I think for me, I looked at that and I go, I'm scared. And I'm looking at this now with like my website going live and stuff. I'm scared. Yes, I'm scared. But in 12 months' time, how scared am I going to be if I don't do this? Like, seriously, you know?
It's a kind of fear. It's that horrible, regretful shit. That's another year gone by. We don't want for anyone to do that. It's not guaranteed the next year. So stop fucking putting it off, whatever it is you want to do. You know, and some people have messaged me going, because we've got Self-Doubt All Out now, which starts next week. A week of free coaching with us every single day of training, coaching, mentoring and guidance. The Facebook group opens on Thursday, of how to step away from this fear of self-doubt, this living in this story that you're not good enough, learning how these belief systems are running the show that are keeping you feeling stuck, and stepping into that newer, higher level, upgraded 2.0 version of you, where you can start to really rock and roll, doing exactly what it is that you want to do. Feeling confident every day, and yes, with your own Janice popping up, your own rainbow coming up, knowing how to put it back in the box and get the bastard masking tape out so she stays there muzzled for a couple of days while you crack on and do what you need to do. Like, that is available to you. Yvette will tell you herself. She didn't believe it when we first met her, and we had that little conversation with her sat in a room like this in our head office at the time. Like, didn't even know that you had dreams of having a business because you didn't allow yourself to voice them. And now, here is Clarity Jane serving the world with, like, Yvette runs our marketing function for us. Like, she's it. Like, she, like, so, you know, it's amazing. Like, we couldn't do it. We've got 1,000 people almost signed up to this program in a week. Yeah. So, not only is she great at what she does, she's having an impact of touching all these other businesses now and showing them how to be greater at what they do, which we are fully appreciative for. But if Janice was still ruling the roost, you'd still be sat in that office, or you'd be redundant, sat in somebody else's office, because you wouldn't have had the belief that, that Clarity Jane was real and you were good enough for her. Yeah?
100%.
And it's like, if you sat there thinking, I haven't got the confidence to come on the challenge, you need to come on the challenge. If somebody else has the life that you desire, then you can too. None of us are superhuman. It's about understanding what your goals are, taking inspired action, having the tools to get out of your own way. So if you haven't signed up because you're worried you haven't got the confidence, you need to sign up twice.
You go and post this on your Facebook too as well, like the link for it from your Facebook. So many people are resonating with what you're saying because it's so relatable. Like Yvette did at one point. Yvette, so it's beautiful seeing that bubble through. And this isn't just about having your own business. It's about doing whatever it is that you want to do, that you feel held back from doing. Okay? So let's create some magic. Let's go put all of our frigging Janices in a box. Come and learn how to put the masking tape on them. With us next week, we start on Monday, but once that Facebook group was open on Thursday, the learning really begins. So
game on.
Game on. And we are back on Thursday for another Lunchtime Live with another very special guest, our very own Wendy. So you want to be on. Wendy hasn't appeared in our live, I don't think, before. So you want to be here for that one as well. So look out for that and attend. So we're going to sign off. Me, Donna, Yvette, Janice
proud of
wasn't
you.
here. Janice wasn't here. She was in a silent retreat. Have a fabulous day, and we will see you on Thursday.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.